The main element is that until there is a definitive withdrawal of the troops that are stalking the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela precisely on the borderline of our territorial sea, there is no solution. That is to say, because the point is that the Trump administration is acting based on the understanding that it will bring about regime change in the country. We are prepared for peace. We are prepared for the conversation that must be had with whoever it must be had with. But we are also prepared to defend our sovereignty. I believe that today, any attempt to enter our country with troops or to provoke an internal crisis runs into a very serious problem for those who are proposing it, which is precisely national unity. The position that the Republic of Colombia has today, with the spokesperson of President Gustavo Petro, is very clear. The position of President Claudia Sheinbaum could not be more expeditious and more timely, as well as that of the President of Honduras, the President of Nicaragua, the President of Cuba, even the very important statements made by President Lula. I believe that today, even within the framework of CELAC, Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, in Santa Marta, the European Union and Latin America are signing a declaration, which, while it is true, is very generic, but in any case, places the preservation of peace in the Caribbean as a priority.
And may it be a dialogue that can flow not only within political solutions. We know that politics, of course, is the fundamental tool for great transformations, but the dialogues that Venezuela has had in the past with internal political factors in the country, those actors did not leave any benefit for the population. On the contrary, that served to blackmail, to manipulate, to serve as a kind of toll to ensure that the population actually benefits. We have been able to travel the path and route of dialogue and encounter. We have profound differences with the Venezuelan government. But that does not mean we call for the violation of the Constitution, of the laws, that we instead respect the rule of law, that we respect the institutions, and that is what we support for the future with this dialogue that may take place, God willing, between President Donald Trump and President Nicolás Maduro.
More crisis, more conflicts, more dialogue. It is an inalienable principle that political leadership and governments must have. There is no conflict that cannot be resolved through dialogue. Venezuela is setting an example in the region about the route that must be followed in the face of a military aggression like the one we are suffering. The accumulation of force that the United States has made in the Caribbean is not minor, and it also significantly affects the entire region. The statement already is the concern about bringing an armed military conflict, a war, to the Caribbean, which is obviously a zone of peace, consecrated in the treaties of Tlatelolco and also in CELAC and in the last bicontinental meeting between the European Union and Latin America, where the rejection of this military incursion and the intention to turn the region into a theater of military war operations was clearly stated, and on the contrary, appealing to dialogue, which is the most important thing.